Welcome everybody to the Hard Rock and Country Show. I'm Country.
And I'm hard rock. But not like the roll.
Not like the roll, not like the roll. Is that kind of like the roll will be called up yonder?
Something.
Something?
I don't think exactly though.
Not quite exactly. Boy, that's a cool song though.
Yep.
When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. You know what the origination of the history of that song is?
I like bread rolls.
You like bread rolls? Oh man. Have you ever been down to Lambert's down there in lower Missouri?
Yep.
You ever have them throw rolls to you?
Nope, I'm a terrible catch.
So, so sometimes when I'm preaching, I got ADD, and so sometimes I get off track. But
I add stuff up really good.
Sometimes.
Okay.
And so I used to get bags of candy, and I'd ask questions because I like interaction, because I like communication. And I like interaction back and forth between the audience and myself, and so I like getting bags of candy. And so I'd ask a question and I'd throw out a piece of candy. But when I was younger and stuff, I'd lose track. I'd lose track where I was at. And I'd throw the piece of candy, and I'd focus on throwing the piece of candy, and then I'd lose track of where I was in my notes. So I really worked hard at this. I actually practiced in my office. Pastors, preachers, they will practice. And I actually practice in my office, throwing things, and then getting back into my notes, asking a question, getting an answer, throwing something, and then getting right back in my notes so I didn't lose track. So, I'm dead serious. It's pretty entertaining sometimes. So I get up there preaching.
The squirrel in the corner of the wall watching you in your office.
Squirrel sits on the tree outside. So anyway, so I'm practicing this, and I get up to preach. And I'm on a roll, not like a rock, but I'm on a roll, not like a dinner plate one, but I'm on a roll. I'm going, I'm asking questions, I'm throwing out candy. And you know what I forgot to practice? Well, back in school, there's some people that are really good at sports. And there's some people that aren't. I wasn't. I did not practice my aiming. And we got one blind guy in the whole church.
I practice aim every day peeing in the toilet.
Well, do you have to put Cheerios in there?
Nope.
Aim at? So I didn't practice my aiming. I hit the one blind guy right in the chest with a piece of candy. And I felt awful. He never saw it coming.
Yep.
I felt so bad, and I'll tell you what,
I'd be questioning that.
Everybody laughed, and I felt horrible. So I had to put the candy down because I lost, I was all squirrels. But our good wives told us not to get squirreled. We're sitting here in front of these windows. Mm-hmm. Did you bring anything to keep us on track?
Well, I'm watching these kids out here playing t-ball. It's pretty entertaining. And I think to myself, if I swung that bat like that young man's out there doing, my shoulders would hurt for a week, and I'd have to consume a bottle of Aleve.
Probably.
I'll give this young man some credit. He ain't hit the ball once, but wow, he's giving her half.
Oh man.
Well, I got squirreled there. So I'm hard rock. I'm a hard rock miner. Shelby over here, he's a cowboy country church preacher. We decided to do this little talk show. We got some comments last week as we posted this on social medias. And is this going to be a regular thing? You bet. We're going to try to post it every Friday. We had YouTube problems last week. I don't know why. It took 7 hours to get the video to post, and it posted in almost 2 a.m. But we're at my little store in Kahoka, Missouri. An all glass front, so we get to watch the cars go by. So if you see me doing this, I just got distracted by a car, or oopsie video we did before this. Somebody come up and sort of waving through us at the window. So
that happens. That happens. When you got two of us, like
what happens if this young man over here makes contact finally with that ball? Because he's hitting it this way.
Well, if he
Because
hits
he's
it,
swinging like
Yeah.
he's Mark McGuire.
and you got big glass windows, it could be
Oh,
worse.
big.
It could be worse.
Oh man, he's getting closer.
Do you know how it could be worse? They could be my windows.
Ugh.
But no,
Well, your car's a little closer.
my car is a little closer. Yeah. There's a funny story with that car. Most of the stuff in my life, there's a funny story with.
He ain't kidding, folks.
So, funny story with that car. So, I came home
Wait a
one
minute.
day.
Where is your beloved Ford? I just realized the big truck's not here.
Yeah, it's a little silver car, not a big Ford. I left the Ford at home. I gave it the afternoon off. Talked real sweet to
Is
it.
it broke down again?
No, it's not broke down.
Are you sure?
Define broke down. That's a big definition.
Are you out of duct tape?
No.
Or just baling wire?
No, I've got plenty of baling wire.
Okay.
And so no, it's at home. It's at home, but
And the leaf springs are intact. They're in the right place. The wheel bearings are in the right place.
sometimes
The head bolts are still in the right spot.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's it needs a little bit of TLC every once in a while. But I had a pickup like that. But I was telling you the story about the car,
What car? Oh,
the silver car. So my wife's car.
That clown car is tiny.
Well, so
I think I can get both butt cheeks and both shoulders in there. That might be the content of the rest of the car.
Probably. You rode in my little car, the smaller than that one time, and it was really scary because the whole car like tilted to this side.
It did.
And I didn't know if we'd make it. But so I came home one day and we needed another vehicle, and I came home one day and I told my wife, I said, I got us a new car.
Was that before you had the conversation in your head?
No, it was after. I play these conversations out with my wife beforehand because that way I don't sound like too much of an idiot when I'm talking to her. So now that I think about it, I probably should have played that one through a little bit more before I talked to her. So I told her, I said, I got us a new car, and she's a little skeptical. You got to know my wife, sweetheart, best thing that's ever happened to me, besides my relationship with the Lord. But I come home and I tell her, I say, we got a new car. And she's a little skeptical, and she said, where did you get it? And I blurted out before I even thought. I said, the junkyard. And, there's, what my brother calls my wife?
Oh, I don't know.
He calls her Saint Heidi.
Saint Heidi.
Because she has to put up with me. And so we go down to the junkyard.
That just sounds odd.
Yeah.
Saint Heidi.
Well, he thinks she's a saint for putting up with me. So we go down
I've
to...
been accused of being Saint Nick.
Really?
Yeah.
You're getting a little bit gray there.
I like to wear a shirt that's red.
You've got the body physique of Santa Claus.
I'm not shoulder worthy for any chimney.
Well, the only thing that comes to mind with that is, remember that old Tim Allen movie where he plays Santa Claus?
Uh-huh.
And
He looked kind of weird in that movie.
yeah, well, Santa Claus tends to look that way sometimes, but he gets up on that one roof, and the only chimney is a little 6-inch vent stack. And that always just makes me crack up when you talk about or bring up Santa Claus going down the chimney. But I took my wife to get this car.
At the junkyard.
At the junkyard.
So you tell the poor lady, Saint Heidi,
Saint Heidi, yep.
that you've bought her a new car, which is kind of misconstrued.
Well, the good news
Because
is...
it's not new.
No.
You bought her a different vehicle from the junkyard. So.
It was new to her. You're not following this train of thought. It's new to her. And so I didn't technically buy it. I traded some stuff for her. And so we go to the junkyard, and I forgot to tell her. There's a lot of things that sometimes lapse in my memory. So I forgot to tell her about the...
Did it have brakes?
No, it didn't. We drove it home, and there was no brakes because the brake line was blown. I drove it home from the junkyard and no brakes. That a good thing you remind me of that. So we...
I kind of heard parts about that.
I get there, and I forgot to tell her about the mules.
Mules. What's mules got to do with the junkyard?
Well, ever hear of a junkyard dog?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we get there, and he has like 5 or 6 mules
Okay.
that wander around his
We
junkyard.
are in the
Not
mule.
mules,
We are.
donkeys. Donkeys, same thing, just different,
Oh,
different ears.
No.
Different ears.
We are in the mule capital of the world.
We
in
are.
Salt County, Missouri.
We
We
are.
have a festival, folks, for mules.
That
You
is true.
cannot call a donkey a mule.
Well, I mixed that up because one of them was pretty big. And so we're
Okay.
sitting there looking at the car.
Yeah, they can be mean.
Oh, yeah, but these are nice donkeys. But I
Uh-huh.
didn't tell my wife about them.
You know, that's the 3rd time that car's went by.
So we're looking at the car, and you got to understand, when I got that car, the reason I got it at such a discount for such a priceless gem was because a tree had fallen on it. And it had no back window, and it had a few dents and dings.
This car?
Yes.
Okay.
Couple more dents and dings. So we're sitting there looking at it. She looks over and she's like, "Oh, that's really cool. I've never seen a concrete donkey statue. It was just standing there." And then
Saint Heidi said it.
yes, and then she turns around looking at it, and all of a sudden another one comes up and rubs her shoulder looking for scratches, kind of nibbles on her shoulder, and she just about jumped. She just about killed me. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can. Folks, I can do it. Oh my
So
gosh.
we brought that thing home, and so my kids, every time I bring something home, my kids, you know what they say now? They say, "Daddy, did you get that alongside the road for Mommy too?"
Saint Heidi.
Saint Heidi, yep.
Now, that's like embedded.
That's like embedded. Well, you'll think about that every time that I'm telling some of these stories.
There you go.
I want you.
I'm throwing you scraps.
You threw me a coaster.
Not through your toaster.
We need a coffee pot here.
I know.
You know, we were talking about this. You still haven't gotten the barn boards done here.
Nope.
If I bet you 2 pounds of bacon,
Mhm.
you would probably do it.
Nope.
You'd do anything for 2 pounds of bacon.
Nope.
It's like the old Klondike commercials. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Nope.
Man.
You don't like my redneck spray painted up wall?
No.
You
There's
just
certain
put
things-
enough hangers, what I call hangers. These are hangers, stuff you hang on the wall.
Oh, man.
You put enough hangers on there, folks, you ain't got to worry about what color your wall is.
Oh, man.
If that don't work, just go get you a Summit and a Jag sticker and fill it in the gap.
All right. You are not an interior decorator.
Nope.
No, and we're not hiring you out to be the interior decorator.
I can decorate good with rocks.
Oh, man.
I'm thinking about making a new fireplace.
With rocks?
Yep.
My
My wife says I'm never colorful enough.
You're never colorful enough?
And my favorite rock is mookite. It's
Mookite.
red, white, and yellow, and burgundy.
I thought you were going to say you were going to go out and get sunburned because she says you weren't colored enough, and so you're going to come back all sunburned.
I'm a Sasquatch.
You're a Sasquatch.
I don't get sunburned.
I don't want to hear about that. That's kind of too much information. Too much information. Kind of
There's
scary.
enough hair there. See, it's a natural. It's the natural SPF.
My neighbor.
All parts are covered that way, folks.
My neighbor's kind of like you, and he used to mow his lawn, and he used to do it without a shirt on.
Uh-huh.
And one time when I went
I
by,
would scare everybody, including
Yeah.
the squirrels, off.
oh, it was scary.
Y'all got a squirrel problem? I'll come over and just take my shirt off.
Oh man, it was scary. So I went by one time and I rolled down the window and I yelled out, "Hey! Does that sweater come in a sleeveless?" You know, Saint Heidi, my
How has somebody not shot you in life? Is what I want to know.
I don't
Holy
know,
cow.
and I don't understand why my wife will cower down under the dash of my of any vehicle I'm riding in. She'll actually get down on the floorboard, and I don't know why she's doing that. I really don't. But
So she can maintain her sainthood.
well, yeah. It's like one time she, you know what they always
You
say.
might be the preacher, but she might be looking at this relationship as you're the sinner and she's the saint.
Well,
I think God had to ordained her spiritually some coolness way that she married you.
so
He had to have like anointed her in her sleep or something. She
Well,
treats you pretty good.
She does. She is a sweetheart. She
So
definitely
to
is.
Shelby's brother, that just so you know, that's stuck. So when I see Miss Heidi tonight, Saint Heidi, as I will refer to her, that is permanently etched up here in this vast memory knowledge bank of this humanoid.
So we were talking a little bit ago.
You talk a lot.
There's a lot of.
Man down.
You drop your squirrel.
Man down.
You drop your squirrel. Seriously, that does not keep us on track. That does not keep us on track at all. We need something to keep us on track. There's Theodore. He'll keep us on track.
Wow. That's a.
That's a squirrel to keep us on track.
It's kind of cardinal red though, there, bud.
Well, you never seen a red squirrel, have you?
That's just.
Do you know what?
redneck.
Do you know what red squirrels taste like?
Nope.
Gray squirrels.
I don't
Kind of
agree.
tastes like squirrel.
I like
It
those
kind of
ones.
tastes like chicken, but you know it's a little bit more squeaky. It's like squeaky chicken, squeaky street chicken. But yeah. So we were talking about that broken leaf spring.
Broken leaves.
Remember that broken leaf spring in my
yeah,
truck?
and your truck drove like this.
And yeah, it drove sideways down the road, and I didn't even have to drift it. And so we
with
were.
your head hanging out the window to drive like a dog would breathe.
Yes, get air. But I tell you, you know the Bible talks about.
I clenched everything there was to hold on to, and then some.
The Bible talks about in that verse is talking about the Pharisees and talking about straining a gnat out of your when you're drinking water, straining a gnat out with your teeth. When you stick your head out the window, you can catch bugs in your mouth and keep your teeth closed because that kind of blocks them.
Well, you said that day you'd gotten lunch. I just thought, you went and snuck a donut or something.
Oh man, them big June beetles are awful. But anyway, so
They don't taste like bacon food.
no, they're crunchy. They taste like Skittles. That's why I don't like Skittles.
I have a hard time believing that.
What? Tasting like Skittles or not liking Skittles? I hate Skittles.
No, how can you think that the Skittles in a June bug would taste the same?
Crunchy and crunchy exterior, gooey inside.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's kind of like a jelly bean.
Nope.
So
Nope.
we had that truck, and you remember that broken leaf spring. So we were 4.5 hours away from home, and I called.
And he
around.
tells me to go on a ride.
Yes, it was fine. It was fine.
Woo!
And
Fine.
so we.
I remembered how to pray on an expedited level. As he's hanging out the truck door like a dog, driving down this road like this. You ever drove them roads? You know, it's great for a Porsche, a crotch rocket. Nope. We're in an F-350 mega cab long bed pickup truck with a broken ring spring, 15-mile-an-hour curves, and he's doing like 45 hanging out the door.
Well, we made
Do
it.
not attempt this at home, folks.
So we were 4.
Squirrel!
We were 4 hours.
Get down!
4.5 hours away from home, and maybe 4 hours, depending on how fast you drove. And I wanted to get home, and I couldn't get it in any shop. And this wasn't just your helper spring. This was the main spring, and the springs hold your axle straight. It was the main spring, and so
Whoa.
I had to get it home, and so I got one of those fix-it clamps at AutoZone.
Fix-it clamp.
Fix-it clamps, just one of those little like spring repair
I
clamps.
never
is
felt
what
like those were real stable.
They fixed it, kinda. I got that leaf.
Is that why your mouth made a funny twitch?
Well, yes. So the story gets better because we drove that in my wife's silver car. We drove it back, and I drove the silver car because we were kind of iffy about the engine in the silver car.
So
And I let her
you've got
drive.
a junkyard car with a busted window and a Ford. We'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
That's broken again.
It's not broken again. I gave it the day off. But so I get it back and I take it to the spring shop. And the guy looks under it. And I
Was it
said, I got
bouncy?
a broken leaf spring. He looks
Does he
under it.
have like a bouncy attitude and personality?
No, he was really, really laid back until he looked under it. And he looked under it and he said, did that just break? I said, no. I said, that broke 4 hours south here. And he said, you drove that thing back? I said, no, I didn't. I said, my wife drove it back. I drove the car. His eyes are about that big. You know, when I hang out with people, it's amazing. Their eyes get this big, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But
I don't either.
So, where are you going this next week?
I'm going up yonder.
Up yonder.
Up and over.
Up and over. You want me to go with you? I'll drive for you.
No.
You want to check my truck?
Nope. No, I want to get there.
You know, we
my
talked about
little
this
van
last week.
it's the little engine that could, the little ride that can.
We talked about this last week. You know, I meet more people than you do.
Yep.
Tow truck drivers, repair shop, auto parts stores.
He's not kidding, folks. No, I'm going to Kalamazoo.
You don't even know how to spell that.
Nope. But the GPS can get.
Did we figure out if that starts with a K or a C?
I think it's a K, like
I think-
kangaroo.
I think it's a C.
I wonder if there's kangaroos in Kalamazoo.
I don't know. I've always wanted to eat kangaroo. You think we could get some kangaroo? I ate now that I think about it, I ate kangaroo up at a big sportsman's treat. You think we can get it for the chuck wagon feed next year?
No. They're like oversized rats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat that if I
But
was
you
eating
know,
possum.
coon is better than that.
Ugh.
Coon eats pretty good.
I
You
don't
just
like
gotta
coons.
clean it well.
They ate all my chickens.
What? They ate all your chickens?
They ate all
Well,
my chickens.
they ate good, and they put some good meat on their bones, and now you got some good eating for the rest of the winter.
Yeah, lost my eggs. I'm sad.
I think we lost more than our eggs, buddy.
You know,
I really do. That's why we got Theodore here to keep us straight.
the thing is just kind of creepy. That's like a bright red.
It is, man. When I saw it at an auction,
And when I first looked at it, I'm like, is that his testes or nuts? Hey, and they're nuts no matter what.
you got issues. No, I saw that at an auction, and I said to myself, and I knew it was myself talking because I recognized my voice, and I said, "Self, I got to get that." And his name's Theodore.
It's just creepy.
It's pretty big. Does it look like it's looking at you? It's not blinking, is it?
No.
No. I had a staring contest with it the other day, and I lost. But that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I would have to throw a hat over it.
Oh.
Preferably an old dirty one.
Man, it's pretty good.
You know,
Man,
I got
it would
that frying
sit. It
pan
would
back
sit
there.
on your other squirrels and just crush them.
Yeah,
I mean-
they're cool.
Yeah, dude, I've seen squirrel turds bigger than those.
Yep. But he fits the motorized vehicle.
He fits a motorized vehicle, dude. That's one of those squeezy sponges.
I don't know. I think it's an antenna topper.
To what?
It's an antenna topper.
And what?
An antenna topper.
Say that about 20 times, man. An antenna topper?
It goes on an antenna.
Yeah, when you walk by
You know,
those
them older
in a
cars
parking lot,
had antennas.
when you walk by those in
My
a
train-
parking lot,
Yeah.
you don't grab it and pull it down with you because whoever's walking behind you
No, you
gets
smack
it
in
right
the
in your face.
Yeah. Only you would think about something like that.
I've done that.
Well, here we go.
So that's why we've got these squirrels, because we got vehicles going by, we lose train of thought, we get all squirreled and everything.
Everybody complained I looked around too much that last video, but I had to watch the cars go by.
You get distracted easily. You know
Well, I'm not special.
that? You know.
I just add really good.
Well,
ADD.
Yeah. And they would have diagnosed me with that, but I had too many other things that they were too busy trying to keep track of. But
Man, there's a Hell's Angel over there. Check that out. I see a two-wheeled scooter. That
Yep.
guy is burning.
yep,
rubber.
that's a kid.
Uh-huh.
That's good. You know what? You're jealous about that, aren't you?
No, I got a mini bike.
Yeah, but you're jealous about both of those because
No,
if you got on that thing, there's a weight limit.
probably.
Yeah,
The tires might pop.
does not work out so well.
Well, that's why I took the tires off of my two-wheel cart.
Did you?
Yeah. No weight limit. dough.
Oh, mercy. So.
Just saying. Ain't it nice out?
It is beautiful
A
out.
whole lot better than yesterday.
Oh, man, yesterday.
I don't know what y'all's weather's supposed to be this week, but it was nasty yesterday. It was that cold, damp, not gonna rain, but damp and windy kind of crud.
I thought it was going to snow.
Blotchy clouds. It was supposed to.
Oh, man, it was.
We had a chance of snow
It
yesterday.
was cold. I had my insulated long johns and Carhartts on. That's how cold it was.
Yeah. You get this sexy, it's just natural heat there. I'm hot.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Just,
Is that what you tell your wife in the morning?
what?
That you're hot?
I don't wake
And
her
she's
up.
blessed?
She's mean.
Well, you know
No,
what?
I gotta let her wake up on her own. No, we got about a 3-hour time gap there of getting up. No, I learned to love her from a distance.
Really? You throw
A
her a strip of
distance.
bacon?
Nope. Can of
No?
Mountain Dew.
Can of Mountain Dew?
Yep, 3 hours later.
Good grief.
Yep, I'm not going close to that. Nope. She has guns,
She knows how to use them.
and I'm not. No, I'll just leave that alone.
Oh, mercy
Folks,
sakes.
if I ever go missing, I bet my life insurance is paid up.
Well, you know, between the two of us, there's not much we can say really, because you know both of our wives are kind of saints, aren't they?
They're pretty good.
They are
I
pretty
don't
good.
know if I can quite call her Saint Erica.
Well, no, that's got
Saint Heidi can. I could do Saint Heidi.
Yeah.
And I think I will.
Well, she gets a kick out of it. She definitely gets a kick out of
But
it.
Saint
But,
Erica,
my brother and I.
I just refer to her as my better half.
Your better half.
Yep, she's a lot better than me.
She's a lot smaller than you.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
She is short.
Yeah. Well,
Don't make her have a complex though.
Well, you got to hand it to them short people.
Yep.
Mainly
Always reaching
because
up.
they can't reach it. You got to hand it to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know
You can't
the
make
whole
this crap
thing.
up, folks.
The whole thing about guns is you know, this is what I was taught a long time ago. You marry a short
You
woman.
taught something?
Now I was taught, and in your situation, this works out perfect. You marry a short woman.
Mm-hmm.
You put the guns on the top shelf. Then at least you can hear her dragging the chair across the floor. So
I might have been known to hide some expensive rare rocks up high,
up high, so she wouldn't be able to find
but
them.
not a gun.
No. I hide candy, and
Yeah, let's
then
talk
she,
about that. I got to hear about that after our episode.
Did you? Oh
Yeah,
man.
like the salami you hid.
Yeah, the salami hit, and you know I made a horrible mistake this last week.
You know what? I found another mistake you made out today.
Really?
Ask Cody.
Another mistake, huh?
It was bad.
Bad mistake, huh?
Remember a couple months ago I let you borrow my freezer?
Oh yeah.
Apparently not all the food made it inside the freezer, we found out today.
Really?
Man, it was stinking back there.
That wasn't my stuff.
Well, I don't know. It didn't.
Did it have my name on it?
I don't know.
Really? That stuff gets pretty rancid.
Yeah, well, you know, it's been cold out.
Well,
It didn't stink until today.
that's kind of
That
funny.
poor girl's like, is there dead mouse in here? So I'm like, man, it had been bothering me because I'm a smell person and smells really bother me. I can never, yeah. So, anyways, I go rooting around back there around some of them boxes that was around that refrigerator. There is a bag of meat in a cardboard box.
A bag of meat in a cardboard box.
And it had apparently been a little bit too warm.
Well, that happens. It got pre-cooked. You know, back in the day.
I don't know about cook more than solidify.
Back in the day, we used to wrap up a steak and put it on the engine block, and
And you think I do old things.
you cook it on your way to work, man. You
Hey,
know,
look, there's a Ford that's running.
Well, that happens. That happens. Man, you got me all squirreled there. I was talking about chocolate, and you're saying I got
Rancid meat.
in trouble. That happens. That happens. Rancid meat. When you leave it out, it does get rancid.
Kind of like me when I get left out. I get rancid.
You get cranky.
Yep.
So I made a fatal mistake, and I'll close it with this story. So I made a
fatal mistake.
horrible mistake.
Wait a minute. How do you make a fatal mistake, but you're sitting here talking to me? That math in my simple brain doesn't work.
Well,
The fatality.
Fatal kind of means different places. Well, so
that must be the New Yorker in you.
that is. So I made a grilled cheese sandwich for my daughter. And secretly, I was kind of hoping she didn't like it because I was like going to eat it myself. Come to find out, she does like it, and
well, that is not.
Do you know what
that's
happened?
Some pretty good hard salami.
Do you know what happened to that whole bag of salami I had? I had all to myself.
There's 12 more pounds in there.
Oh man, I live with 4 women, and I have to hide stuff. I have to hide my Snickers bars at the bottom of my laundry hamper so that they don't get found.
That's just gross.
Well, you know.
Kind of reminds me of Bubbles again.
Well, the smell of the dirty socks keeps them away from the chocolate.
Yeah, I'll leave that alone.
All right, well, we better sign off.
Wait a minute. You never did finish the story though about this. Is that a Hyundai?
The Honda, not the Hyundai. I had a Hyundai. The Honda, I didn't finish the story about it. I got it home from the junkyard, and it had no brakes.
After the donkeys attacked your wife.
Well, yeah, I had no brakes and
no back window.
No back window, and water had gotten into the seatbelt mechanism, so there's still no seatbelts in the back because they won't work because when they ratchet tight.
That's why you won't drive your kids in it.
Yeah, when they ratchet tight, they kind of get restrictive. It's like a fat guy in a small shirt.
Hey.
You ever put one of those small shirts on and the buttons are about like popping?
I'm smart. I buy them big enough.
Somebody's gonna get their eye poked out with a pop button. Well, that's kind of what happens. So there's still it's you know, the car is a great example of our lives as Christians. You know, we are not perfect. We're always a work in progress, always having to grow and mature and leave some of our.
I think you challenge God daily.
Yeah.
But I've probably done it better.
Yeah. But, you know, God is so patient and loving with me. That is for sure. That is for sure.
He must like us to put us two together and be in the
man.
same building at the same place. Because wowzers.
Hence why they call Heidi St. Heidi.
St. Heidi. You wait till I see her tonight.
Oh, man.
Well, folks, I'm Steve Woodruff. I own Woody's Rock Shop. And we're up in Kahoka, Missouri. And I hit on this earlier, but some people like to watch bits and pieces. We've been asked a lot over the week, is this going to be a regular thing? We're going to try to post these little videos of our coffee shop talk. And the funny thing is, neither one of us are drinking coffee. I'm drinking Earl Grey tea, and he's drinking Mountain Dew, I'm sure. So hats off there. But we're planning on releasing these every Friday-ish. We might build a page later. Right now, we're just winging it by the seat of our pants, like we ride our horses. So. Thanks for watching.
They make horses big enough for you? You get the big draft horses?
Belgian.
This saddle ain't for you.
I actually drive a 1000 Polaris.
All right. Take care. I'm Shelby Whitney with Cowboy Church. I'm a Cowboy Church preacher.
Rock on, y'all.